All right, time now is 10:59 a.m. on December 9th. Yeah, it's actually 10 days, actually only 9 days away from the end of round 2. God damn, the clock is ticking. So I went to bed at 4 a.m. and then woke up at 10. Except I went back to sleep and it was such a good sleep. Like I was so sleepy, and then I woke up at 10:58. Not 10:58, cause 10:50. So here I am. So yeah, I'm still very much struggling with sleep and stuff, and I need to sleep earlier because I want to go to church on Sunday. Um, yeah. Today I'm going to go to Film 33 to help out. Except obviously I'm not gonna go. I'm not early. I'm late as fuck, and that's okay because they don't really need me anyways. Um, um, yeah. So I don't know, but I'll still go because free lunch. So let's hope when I go, like I'm in time for for free lunch, I guess. And then afterwards, there's a script writing club meeting, and then yeah, there is a script writing club meeting at 5:15 p.m., the last one of the semester that I have to attend. Probably no one will show up, but I'll still go, um, just in case people do show up. And then I come back home at night. I won't stay behind for film 33. I need to go back home. I got homework to finish. So one of the reasons why last night I slept so late is because like I didn't even so I wanted to watch 6 anime episodes yesterday, and I thought to myself, okay, I'm gonna watch 3 before dinner and 3 after dinner. So I watched 3 before dinner, and then after dinner, it was super late. I spent a lot of time editing my college update video, and then another whole ass hour doing anthropology homework. And I realized, holy shit, 9 days until the end of the semester. You know, I have to finish 3 weeks worth of material in 9 fucking days. I need to speedrun this right fucking now. So I started to do homework that's supposed to be due in early November. Um, so yeah, frick. So I ended up not watching any anime episodes, which means I have to watch, I'm gonna have to watch 8 anime episodes today just to catch up. Yeah, I just give too much task for myself. Um, my tongue hurts this side. Maybe I'm gonna have a canker sore, which is gonna be great. But yeah, I don't know. Um, a while back, like back when I was like, I don't know, a while back, maybe a month ago, I saw, out of curiosity, I saw the tagged photos of Pepper because I want to know how Pepper looks like back in the past. And then yesterday I looked at them again, and damn, what a glow up! Because she looks like a total nerd back in secondary school. Oh my god. One of the photos was so bad. They did her dirty. Like, damn. And even in the photos where she looks good, like decent, she still looks like a very plain, innocent, nerdy girl. Which is kind of interesting given how, she takes edible weed and she's like partying and going to Riverside and stuff nowadays. But I truly haven't seen, I don't know, like, Pepper in the past just reminds me of a very plain, normal girl who was just trying to do her job as the vice president of a student union, and that's it. Like, when I think of her this morning, I don't really have a sense of excitement or anything. I know I've said this like 13 times already, but huh, I don't know. I really don't know. Eat.
For real? No, I'm kidding. I don't know.
Oh my
Why
god.
the Popo here? Why'd they pull up like that? Yeah.
Alright, time now is 10:44 p.m. on December 9th. So yeah, let's talk about today. I went to CMD at man, so I already woke up late. So I already woke up late, and by the time I finished filming and editing my review, it was already like nearly 1 p.m. and I was like, fuck, I don't want to miss the lunch break because it's free lunch. Come on, I gotta go. So at 1 p.m. I left, and at 1:30 I arrived, and thank God the lunch break just began. It just started. I saw Thomas. First person I saw, Thomas. He was sitting there, and yeah, he's like, what's up? What's going on? And then apparently Thomas is chosen to be script supervisor, and there's a whole drama behind that Thomas is completely unaware of, but I am, because I am the fucking detective, bitch. So I whew, sheesh. Okay, gotta talk fast. So I arrived, and at first I was like, "Where's everyone?" It's like, okay, where are people? I went to the cafe, and I don't see a lot of people. I saw Theo, and when Theo saw me, Theo was like, "Oh, hey, Enoch!" And at that point, there were like 20 people in that cafe, and they all turned around and saw me. And then Red was like, "Hey, what's up?" and showed his hand like for a high five. So I high fived him. It was weird. So I immediately grabbed food and I sat down and I ate. And I saw Aoba and I saw Theo. So I sat down with Theo and Aoba to have lunch together. And it's a Mexican lunch with enchilada, beans, rice, nachos with sour cream, salsa, and guacamole, churros as well. It was nice. Yeah, and yeah, that's basically pretty much it. And then around that time, Michelle and Evelyn, the JoJo fan, saw me, and they were like, I greeted them. No, Michelle texted me asking me where I am, and I said I'm in the cafe, and then she and Evelyn looked at me through a window of that cafe, and Michelle was like, to your left, and I turned my left, and it's just those two girls saying, yeah, damn, I'm so popular. But yeah, they came in and it was fun, and So here the drama goes. So apparently Harrison, the blonde guy who drunk kissed Alba, the Mexican girl, Harrison is supposed to be a script supervisor, and there's this whole drama with, Evelyn didn't show up on Wednesday, right? And because of that, people forgot about her. So on Thursday, Evelyn also wasn't on the call sheet. Instead, it was Harrison who was chosen to be script supervisor. So yesterday, it was Harrison who was script supervising, and yeah. So yesterday, Harrison script supervised yesterday, and I don't know. I guess that's just that. And then today Harrison didn't show up. For some reason, for a mysterious reason, right? And then people are like, "Where's the script supervisor? Where's the script supervisor?" And because the people of that class still think that Evelyn is a script supervisor, so they went up to Evelyn and was like, "Why wasn't you script supervising? Where are the notes? What the fuck?" And at that point, they have already shot like 3 takes. And nobody supervised it. Nobody script supervised. It was fucking hilarious. And everyone's like, "What? I'm not the script supervisor. I'm not on the call sheet. I'm forgotten." And Audrey, the really verbally abusive UPM, she was like yelling at Evelyn, and then Evelyn and her went into yelled at each other. It was crazy, and I missed all that. And then at the end, the Italian professor showed up, and the Italian professor clarified, "Yeah, Harrison's supposed to be the script supervisor. Except Harrison's not here." And even though Evelyn sort of wants to be a script supervisor again, the Italian professor insisted that she does not. For some fucking reason. Like the Italian professor hates her or something. And so the Italian professor tells her to go upstairs, go to an editing room and edit some footage. Yeah. So that's the whole day, which is kind of sad. They're being left alone. But it's also great, according to Michelle and Evelyn, because they don't want to be in there. The set is just absolute dumpster fire. So what happened to Harrison? Okay, so because there are no script supervisors, and since Thomas is here, they just snagged Thomas and was like, "Okay, script supervise for us." And the Italian professor gave Thomas his own laptop. Okay, fast forward. Not fast forward, rewind. So what happened to Harrison? Well, apparently Harrison went bar hopping last night, and until 4 a.m. And apparently Diego, the guy who looks like Freddie Mercury, who always flirts with girls, he's with Harrison as well. So what the fuck happened? So I used my detective brain, and Michelle was like, "Ooh, he's in his detective mode." And I don't know. I asked Michelle, "How does she know?" And Michelle said, "Alba told me," which is really weird. Alba rejected Harrison after Harrison kissed her, and yet Alba and Harrison are not in bad blood. They're still in contact. Why would Alba know? Harrison probably told her. Okay, that's weird. And then I spoke to Cliff about it. I shouldn't have, but I just got, I just got to ask him. But Cliff clarified a lot of things for me. So Cliff told me that apparently after yesterday's film 31, Harrison and Diego and a couple other people, I don't know, went to bar hopping. But it was a film 31 thing. So yeah. That's pretty much it. So that's where the myth goes, and it's really weird. So at some point, Harrison showed up, returned. That was around maybe 4 p.m.-ish. And when he showed up, Evelyn, Michelle was like, "Oh, fuck. And Michelle immediately walked towards me. And I'm like, I got excited. Because, I don't know, there's something, it just ignites something in me. To hate on someone, I don't even hate Harrison, but, to just find a target, And I got I got Patrick's camera with me. So I'm like, oh, I'm gonna spy on him. So I like started spying on him. Like I hid behind the pillars. It was so much fucking fun. Like I was laughing so hard. Michelle was laughing hard. Betsy was there, and Betsy saw us laughing, and she's probably pretty confused. Like why were we laughing? And just I was like hiding, and then Harrison went to the front door of the building, and I was like trying to sneak behind a sign. I was hiding behind a sign, but I don't know if he saw me or not. But he turned his head, and I immediately ran back to the cafe, laughing my ass off. And Michelle like panicked, and she ran back, and it was so fucking hilarious. So we had so much fun laughing. So there's that. But I pretended to be like okay. Like I later walked past him and I pretended nothing happened. It was a really cool conspiracy, really cool detective moment. Anyways, yeah. Again, half the time I was in the set with Cliff, who has nothing to do, with Alba, who has nothing to do for the most part, and Leslie's just going around. She's the second AC for a little bit. She helped move some apple boxes or something. I don't know what's going on. But yeah, I and Cliff just chatted about everything, about memes, about whatever, about movies, about lenses. Cliff knows a lot about lenses and color signs and everything, and I know a fair bit, but he knows way more than me, and wow, I'm impressed. But at the same time, I also know more about movies. So, I got something I'm proud of as well. Which is rare. Like, I have pride? What? Anyways, so yeah, that's pretty much it. At some point, Alba asked me to look for her iPad, and I went around. I went to the friggin' cafe to find it. I can't find it. I went to the outside the studio and the building to find it, and at the end she found it, and she's like, thank you for helping me find it, or thank you for helping me at least. And then Alba gave me her jacket to bring it back to the cafe. Alba has a sense of trust in me. Even though it feels like 4 months of round 2 went by really fast, you have to admit, in late August, Alba's just a stranger Japanese girl. Now, she's friends with me. She chats with me a little bit, and she gives me her jacket, and puts her trust on me. That's development, if anything. That's plot development, if anything. But anyways, so at 5:15 there's the script writing club meeting, and originally, the plan is to have the script writing club meeting at the usual room 271, but we're not doing that. Thomas said on Discord, the meeting is at the cafe. I'm like, what? I went to the cafe. Turns out it's because Betsy has to stay in the cafe to guard the food so that people won't steal. Even though I stole a couple, but that's okay because I'm working with the film 33 people, okay? And Betsy has to stay, and Thomas was like, okay, whatever, let's do it in the cafe. So everyone showed up at the cafe. It was Betsy, Miles, Carly, the Japanese Korean girl. It was Bella, the Middle Eastern American girl, her roommate, and then a couple guys who are frequent members of the club. And it was not bad. We showed the PowerPoint on a laptop, and we talked a bit, and it was relaxing and nice and whatever. And it just went over really quick, over an hour, and then that's pretty much it. Not much from that, At the end of the meeting, Thomas told me, please don't have small talk with me during the meeting. Because during the meeting, while they're doing their exercise, their activity, the members, I, the vice president, and Thomas, the president, I talked to him a little bit. And it's not necessarily small chat about random things. It's still about script writing. But yeah. At some point, Red showed off his drawing skills, And then Miles saw that. Like, that was way early on, like after lunch. Miles also used the same piece of paper to draw his. And I also talked about my drawing, like how I'm practicing drawing right now. And I show a self portrait to like Michelle and Miles, and they're like, "Oh, it's not that bad." And I'm like, "Really?" It's like, it's the best work, but all my others are embarrassing. And then I tried drawing like freestyle, just a girl, a picture of a girl. I don't know who it is. I just draw it, and they're like, "Oh, it's actually pretty good." So that's that. Um, and yeah, I drank some Arizona green tea. I actually stored some. Oh, this reminds me that I actually stole some green tea. Hold on. I actually stole like maybe 2 sips worth of green tea and put it into this bottle. Why? Because this bottle has overnight water from like a week ago and it's bad, and I just want to put some tea in here because A, it's good tea and I want to like drink it from the bottle. B, I want to use the tea to get rid of the smell. So there are actually some tea in here as well, which is really funny. Anyways, I also forgot to mention that yesterday, no, 2 days ago during lunch, I actually spoke to the director and the writer of the short film, because Cliff spoke to him. Cliff spoke to everyone, so I'm like, man, if Cliff speaks to everyone, I gotta speak to everyone too. So I spoke to the writer director of the short film, and I just asked him a random question. I asked her, how how different is your original idea versus what's shooting now? And she's like, oh, it's pretty similar actually, because during the rehearsal we mainly stayed at the campus, so I get to envision it, blah 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 blah. And she remains positive, and it was, I don't know why. Maybe she's like so high up that she's giving a very corporate answer. Like, of course she's not gonna mention all the drama and all the chaos. And she's, like, um, or maybe she's oblivious of the drama. But either way, it's funny how like, at the very, very higher up, they probably don't know all the crazy, insane shit, all the blood and all the violence that goes on at the very like bottom, like below the line. All the people above the line, they know nothing. All the people below the line, oh shit. Yeah, I also spent a little time talking to Tomas, the Argentine, with Cliff, and we talked about movies, and I said I'm gonna go back to Hong Kong. I said I'm gonna go back, and he asked me to go back to where, and I said Hong Kong, and he's curious. He's like, what's Hong Kong's situation now? I heard, is it like a police state? And I'm like, yeah, Hong Kong is quite depressing now. The security has gone way worse, blah blah. Yeah, around that time. Okay, let me finish today first. So again, it went on after the club meeting. I went back to Film 33 to hang out with Aoba and Cliff and Leslie a little more, and then afterwards, we gone. No, I'm gone. They stayed behind for a little more because I actually planned to go back home earlier because I got shit tons of homework, and I got to watch 8 episodes of anime today, which I definitely will not have the time to do, but I'll try my best. But yeah, I stayed until I think 8:30. Yeah, 8:30 p.m. and then I'm out of there. So that's that. Okay, so at some point at night, maybe 6, 7 ish, the director of that feature film, if you remember, on October 30th, me and Pepper went to Castaic to help out with the feature film. That director texted me asking me if I'm free this Sunday to PA from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. And fuck, I already got Film 33, I got the final exams, I got blah 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 blah. I don't think I'll go. I'll just turn it down. But then Pepper randomly WhatsApped me asking me, will I say yes? And Pepper actually is thinking of going, which is weird because Pepper's not interested in this Film 33 at all, yet Pepper's interested in that feature film. I mean, both are fine, but really I'm here in Film 33 for the drama, for the tea. But because of that, and also I want to go to church on Sunday, even though I don't want to go to church at all. But I don't want to break my relationship with the church folk. They're nice people. And I still want them to bring me to haircut on the 18th. Yeah, so I have a magnificent plan. The shoot is going to be at downtown LA. That's fucking perfect. If I go to the church and they immediately take me downtown afterwards, it's fine. And if they only take me to downtown, it's going to be way more convenient for them. So you know what? On Sunday, I'll tell the director that I will go, yes, but I will only go at around like 1 p.m. or 2 p.m., which seems like kind of lame, but whatever help is needed, right? And then I'm gonna go to church on Sunday. Now, about the future plans. So there really is about 9 days left for me in round 2, right? And I still got a few things on my list to do. Of course, I got the crazy fucking amount of homework, studying for the final exams. I got film 32, the scene to edit. And of course, my movie and YouTube stuff, but also, right, I gotta go to Target because I'm running out of soap. I'm running out of shampoo, hand soap, clothes washing juice, and I want to buy some. Oh, what's that other thing? Oh shit, I need to think. If I could buy gloves or scarves, I will go and buy. So I need to go to Target for one last time. And I need to eat rice. And the thing is, after I come back from Hong Kong back to LA for round 3, I want these things to be here for me. I want the clothes washing juice and everything like already. So I need to go to Target. Will I go on Monday? I can. But will I? Will I go on Tuesday? No. Because Tuesday I got the final exam for biology, and after that exam I just want to go home and sleep. Will I go on Wednesday? Hell no. And then Thursday it's too fucking late. Zara's here. So I may just go tomorrow, but apparently Film 33 will finish their shoot entirely tomorrow, and I kind of want to be there for that. So this changes the plan a little bit as well. And given that I plan to watch 6 anime episodes and 2 movies tomorrow and finish a bunch of homework and I think 2 YouTube videos, I'm also kind of busy. So what if I go to Target on Monday and then so on and so forth. Yeah. That's pretty much it. Yeah. I don't know. I don't have much else to talk about. I really need to shut up and do the homework. I did a little homework, little anthropology, just a tiny bit in the middle during shoot, but doesn't mean anything. Oh, and one more thing. I went back home, cooked dinner. And it's corn, like boiled corn, 2 slices of pork chops, pre-cooked, small potatoes, and a little bit of spinach, just a tiny bit. And Jacob, the Chinese guy, my roommate, came back home, and I found a terrible secret. He was wearing sports shoes through the door, and he continued walking. What the fuck? He just kept walking in his dirty-ass sports shoes in the hallway and then into his room. The biggest rule of this apartment is no shoes indoors. This is why whenever I wear white socks, the bottom of my white socks are completely fucking black. It's because the floor is dirty. Why is the floor dirty? Because of him. He's wearing outside shoes inside. And I don't want to tell him. So you know what? I'll wipe the floor. I'll use my mop to mop the floor outside and then change the mop head. Okay? And in the meantime, I'll also mop the floor of my room. But the more I mop, like as much as I want to mop, it's not going to change a thing. He's outside wearing his sports shoes. He goes into the apartment and walks in the general area, right? The kitchen and the living room. I, in my sandals, walk out, stepping on the same ground. I come to my room, stepping on the same ground. So now my room is just as dirty as the living room, and the living room is just as dirty as the outside. It doesn't fucking change a thing. Which is extremely upsetting. So yeah. It's also worth noting that apparently Cliff takes Accutane pills. I don't know what Accutane is. I've heard of it though. It's a thing in Hong Kong. But he's like, oh, hold on, I gotta get out. I gotta take a pill. And I'm like, what pill? And I thought it's like a drug or something. And turns out it's for acne. And I'm like, oh, damn. Because I obviously need pills. I didn't even need them before I came to LA. So I told Cliff, like, before I came to LA, I'm actually fine. But the moment I came here, and he's like, why do you think that is? And I'm like, I don't know, the weather, the food. And he's like, yeah, that's probably it. But yeah, it just doesn't stop. So this side, even though it looks kind of fucked, it's actually nice right now. It's clean. Like, I hope, like, these are all scars. This side, I still have 2. So I hope they all fucking vanish. I also want to mention how I told Michelle that I want to be the UPM if I do get into Film 33. And then after Betsy heard me, Michelle explained it to Betsy. And then after Betsy heard me, Betsy walked up to me going like this. Like, as a way to test me if like, she said, oh, you need to have thick skin. And I'm like, yeah, I don't know. And she just did this, and I'm like, a little awkward, like I wasn't that awkward, like I still stared at her, but I was like, okay, what are you doing? But yeah, I'll be a good UPM though. I'll be good. My mind is made up. I think I'm a good UPM. All right, time now is 12:21 on December 10th. So yeah, I went to bed at 4:25 a.m. and woke up at around 12-ish. Yeah, so I don't know why. So last night I turned on the aircon. But that's like, I was having second thoughts. I'm like, okay, it's already really cold. Why do I even need aircon anymore? So I turned on the aircon, I took a shower, and then after I took a shower, the aircon's off again because someone turned it off. So I'm like, okay, you know what? I'll let it be, and let's see if I can sleep. I can't. I don't know why. I mean, I did sort of fall asleep. I was in a REM state. I was half awake, half asleep. And then at 6 a.m. I woke up naturally because I couldn't feel the air flow. So I'm like, fuck. So I actually went out there and turned back on the aircon. It's 6 a.m. So yeah. So anyways, today is a Saturday, and I have lots of shit to do. So I'm not gonna plan to go out or anything today. Maybe I will go out, but the most important things are really finishing the homework, my anthropology homework especially, and also begin working on the final exam for my film class because that's also a thing, yes. And also watch 8 episodes of anime and 1 movie. Originally, my plan is 6 episodes of anime and 2 movies, but of course I couldn't finish it last night. Why could I? I planned to watch 8 episodes last night, but I ended up watching only 5. So yeah, today I have to watch. Oh, that means today I have to watch 9 episodes. Yay. Fuck. I'll see if I can film a couple reviews. I need to clear space from my phone. Last night I also bought a table on Amazon. It's $98, including taxes, 98 friggin' dollars. It's really expensive, but it should be good because, I almost picked the 40 inches wide one, which is exactly 1 meter, but let's go for the 47 inches. So I got the 47 inches instead. It's a $10 difference, actually $11 difference, including taxes. But yeah, I'm buying a new table. It should be cool. And I'm thinking to myself, is this too excessive? I mean, I'm only living alone. I'm only living for a short while, right? But still, I'm living in this apartment until next year, August, like late August. So if I buy the table now, this table is still going to serve me for pretty much 9 more months. So yeah, I kind of need this table. Yeah. So yeah, that's that. And I'm going to return my textbook to Amazon and stuff. So I'm gonna get back $90 somehow. Um, and that's pretty much it. So today should be the last day of filming for Film 33. They don't really need me actually, but I still want to show up for the wrap. Because why not? So maybe today, at around 5 p.m. ish, I'm going to go out and just go to CMD and just enjoy it. But another huge thing is for my anthropology report, I need to print out consent forms so that people could sign it. Now, I already missed my chance to do that yesterday because yesterday might be, I just realized this last night. Yesterday might be the last time I'm ever going to meet Thomas. Ever. Like in round 2. And I missed a chance for him to sign the consent form, so that's fucked. But today I can still do it to Leslie, and today might actually be the last time I'm seeing Leslie or Cliff in round 2 as well. I need to remind myself that. So I'm going to let Leslie sign the consent form after it's all wrapped up. Hopefully she's still sane by then. But as insane as Leslie makes herself out to be, she's nowhere near as insane as Natalie or perhaps Mary or anything like that, you know. The OGs, you can't mess with the OGs, you know. And that's pretty much it. There's mold on my pumpkin pie yesterday, and I cut off the mold, except the cut off piece fell onto the non-mold affected area, which fucking sucked. So I sprayed some alcohol onto a piece of paper towel and wiped it. And I'm gonna eat it now. That's that. And yeah, I also need to fill in my spendings spreadsheet and my meal plans. I need to plan my meals again because now I don't actually have to plan my meals ever again in the future, but I will do that now because I'm going to leave and I need to make sure I'm not leaving anything behind in the fridge. It's really fucking annoying and I don't think I'll ever do that until 2024. Yeah, so I really, aside from dried pasta, aside from things like ketchup and barbecue sauce and things like that, maybe eggs. Nah, not even eggs. I can't leave stuff in the fridge, so I need to finish all the food before I leave. And then when I come back to LA for round 3, I need to buy everything back again. So yeah, that's that. Yeah, and I still haven't decided whether to go to the feature film shoot tomorrow. Pepper hasn't decided yet either. I need to think on this because I would really, honestly, if I go to the shoot tomorrow, it wouldn't be the end of the world. I would still have the time to do homework and stuff and things. It wouldn't be the end of the world. It really wouldn't. Yeah. Yeah, but then at the same time, it might hinder my plans and it may take away a lot of my precious time, which I really desperately need. Yeah, I don't know. And there's one more thing I'd like to say. And I forgot what it is, really. I don't know. Uh. Oh yeah, I'm gonna do the laundry, like for our pajamas and stuff, and then that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it for today. Yeah. All right, time now is 9:05 p.m. I just came back home about 10 minutes ago. Let's talk about today. So, I actually arrived at campus really late today at 5:30. Thomas arrived at around 6. And after I arrived, of course, the first two people I saw was Evelyn the JoJo fan and Michelle, and they hugged me. Evelyn was like, "Oh, I miss you," and she hugged me, which is really weird and confusing. And like Michelle was like, "Okay, let me give you a hug too," and I'm like, "Okay, fine." And I was a little awkward at first. I don't know why. It's just I need to be acclimated. I need to enter the school trance in order to feel like I'm going crazy and stuff. But at first I'm like, "Oh, okay." And then a little bit later, like I went to cafe, um, and um, and then I went to the building and I saw Javier. I spoke to him a little bit, and then I saw Aoba and Tomas, the Argentine, speaking to our white guy professor. And the white guy professor is exactly the person I'm looking for because I want to go to CMD because I know there are printers at the computer lab, except it's closed and all the computers are like shut off or something. So I'm like, okay, maybe I can ask for help from the white guy professor. So I joined in the conversation between the white guy professor and Aoba and Tomas. And I also joined in, and oh, not Aoba, it was Leslie, the Chinese girl, right? And then we spoke a little bit, and it's nice film conversation. And then at some point I added in, hey, can I print something? Thomas came in a little bit around that time, and Thomas secretly told me, oh, actually, there are computer labs where you can print stuff. And I'm like, aren't they closed? And Thomas is like, no, you can go from this way. And I'm like, okay. So he brought me to the computer lab on the first floor, aka ground floor. And I can turn on the computer. I signed in. I downloaded my document, except I can't connect the computer to the printer for some goddamn reason. So at the end, we gave up. We went back. And I found the white guy professor again, and I spoke to him. That's pretty much it. So he's like, okay, email the document to me. I'll help you print it out. And I'm like, okay, that's okay. A little bit later, I went up to him again. I'm not trying to like tell him to hurry. I was just he looked at me as if he has the documents ready already. So I walked up to him and he's like, "Oh, I'm just gonna wait for them to finish filming and then I'm gonna print it." And I'm like, "Okay, it's fine. It's like I have time, And he's like, "Okay." So yeah, film 33 today is a wrap, and it wrapped at around 7 p.m., 7:30 ish. It wrapped pretty early. It's unfortunate that I didn't get to see people cheering and screaming during the wrap, but I did hear them happily leaving the studio, and it was nice. It was happy days. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Of course, I saw the usuals. I saw Alba. I saw Cliff. I saw Patrick. I saw Alba. I saw Harrison. Yeah. So I walked up to Leslie and asked her, "Hey, so I have this anthropology class. Blah 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 blah. Will you sign?" And she said no. And I already thought earlier today, I thought to myself, okay, what if she said no? Because Leslie does seem pretty unpredictable at times, I have to admit. But Leslie's like, no, I'm sorry. And I'm like, why? And I told her, like, you don't have to use a real name, you don't, and I can make shit up. Like, you don't actually have to say anything. And she said, he will never sign any papers again. He will never use her signature again because someone tried to impersonate her before, and then it was just a bunch of word salad. Like, she said, she's been attacked with fraud, and she's just kind of paranoid and she went through some trauma because of that. She didn't mention that, but it feels like that. And she's like, just take it as a no. Okay, so she has like dark secrets, like she's been bullied or something. I don't know. So I'm like, okay, fine. And then she told me to ask Aoba, but I can't ask Aoba because Aoba's Japanese. The topic of the report is Chinese. I have to find a Chinese person. And then Leslie told me to just get Aoba fake a signature. And then I told Aoba about this, but I told Aoba, it doesn't matter, you don't have to do this. Because there's Cliff, and I'm 100% sure Cliff is fine with doing that shit. So I went up to Cliff, and Cliff's like, oh yeah, sure, I'll sign it for you. So Cliff actually pretended to be Leslie, the Chinese girl. Yeah, there's that. And then I asked Thomas to sign, and we hung out a little bit. And outside the studio after the wrap, everyone's real jolly. Miles and Cliff talked about Cliff's short film. So Cliff wanted to direct his first short film in early to mid January, and that's sad because I won't be here in LA. I'll be back in Hong Kong. And he said, it's your fault for being back in Hong Kong. And I'm like, yeah. To be fair, it's not that huge of a deal. And another thing is, so I actually saw Cliff DM Pepper, asking Pepper if she's free, and Pepper said yes. And that's low-key good because I want to see Pepper. I want to know what happened, what's going on with Pepper, without Pepper telling me. This is a very special test, right? But yeah, anyways, I said goodbye. I spoke a little bit more to the white guy professor because he's nice. He helped me print stuff and whatever. And afterwards, I and Thomas went upstairs. For our interview thing, it doesn't even have to be an interview, We could just chat. That's it. I'm gonna make shit up anyways. Or at least polish stuff. But Thomas, I came all the way here. I have to do the interview. Thomas waited for the bus for 45 minutes, by the way. So Thomas and I went up to room 271 and we talked for a little bit, and it was actually a pretty nice conversation about politics. And then we went back downstairs and we walked to the Red Bull headquarters, just the outside, to look at it a little bit, and we walked to the bus stop. We took the bus back home. That's it. And I realized today's one of the most important last days for round 2 because this is going to be the last time I see people like Michelle or Evelyn or Cliff or Leslie or Thomas in 2022, and perhaps ever, because Thomas will be Thomas accepted his job at Red Bull, and because of that, Thomas will be only taking online classes next semester, and because of that, I may not even see Thomas ever again. So this might be the last time I see Thomas in my entire life. That's pretty interesting. I don't feel pain anymore. I don't feel sad that I may never see people ever again. Because I've experienced that loss, that grief. I've been through that already. So I don't feel as much pain. But yeah, that's that. But I do have to admit, with Leslie smoking cigarettes and Leslie acting all weird about signatures and stuff, Leslie is slowly creeping up to be one of the most interesting people I've met. I'd say she's in the top 3. I'd say Potter, Leslie, and I don't know, but yeah, I mean, we have some pretty eccentric people, but they're not interesting. They're flat characters. I want round characters, Pepper's not that interesting, man. Unless she surprises me with something. Let's hope she does. I feel like there is actually a huge potential that Pepper will do something that will surprise me. But yeah, that's that. I'll be seeing Aoba and Pepper one more time on December 15th, and then that's it. And then I hope I see Pepper one more time again before we leave, but probably not. And then that's it. Okay, about the feature film. Right. So I, once again, asked Pepper, Are you gonna say yes? Have you replied? Pepper hasn't replied. And I told Pepper Aoba's not going, which is a bummer, but I honestly can go. It's not that bad. It wouldn't disrupt my plan too much. At the end, Pepper said she's not going. And I'm like, okay, fine. Then I also went to the director of the feature film and I texted her, I'm sorry, I'm busy. And she's like, okay, that's okay. Good luck with your exams. So yeah, that's that. I won't be going to help the feature film shoot tomorrow afternoon. I won't be doing that. And that's okay. That just means more time for me to do homework and everything else. That's great. That's pretty much it. I don't want to seem too clingy. After Pepper told me she's not going, she asked me if I will go still. But I'm not a very independent person. I don't want to go to a feature film shoot. It's nice and all, but if Aoba's not there, if Pepper's not there, then I don't have a lot of people I'm close with, then it's just going to be very awkward for me. Kind of like the ISF meeting, except in the ISF meeting, it's just a little bit. I have no one I trust, just for a little bit. And then that's it, right? But this is like a whole ass shoot. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So I'll be going to church tomorrow, and maybe I'll go to Ralph's for one final time. Maybe, perhaps. I'm gonna organize my meal plan spreadsheet and see how am I gonna plan out the rest of my meals here. I realize that I'm running out of vegetables. I finished all my spinach. I actually am running out of vegetables, hilariously enough. Actually, I can go to Ralph's and Target on Monday. That's actually entirely possible. Yeah, that's that. Nothing else. 8 days left, I think. Yeah, pretty much 8 days left until I leave. Alright, gotta cook dinner. Rice, beef, maybe some fried lettuce. I don't know. Alright, time now is 8:11 a.m. on December 11th. Yeah, 1 week left until the final day. So, yeah, I slept from 4:15 a.m. to 8 a.m. And that's 4 hours and 45 minutes, and I didn't even immediately fall asleep. It didn't take super long, but it took a little while. And the sleep itself was really nice. Like, I really felt the warmth of the bed and all that, but Jesus Christ, I'm so sleepy right now. I can't wait to sleep tonight. God, I need to sleep earlier. Why? I planned to watch 9 episodes of anime and a movie yesterday. I didn't watch the movie, by the way. I just didn't have the time. I also didn't have the time to do any film history class, to do the film 2 final exam at all. I didn't have the time to edit my film 32 scene at all. I didn't do much, and I didn't even do much anthropology homework. I just looked at a few pages, that's it. I couldn't do anything. I was so fucking... I don't know what, I just keep running out of time every single night. To be fair, yesterday was still kinda a bit productive. I filled in the spendings Google spreadsheet. I haven't filled in, and I filled in my meal plans, so I know what food to buy. But yeah, I'm just so goddamn tired right now. It's goofy. It's really tired. I may consider going back to sleep today after I come back home, from church, just to re-sleep. Just a couple hours. I should do that. Yeah. This is so bad. Yeah. So today is a Sunday, and I'm going to church for the first time in 5 weeks. Which is both good and bad. Good because bad because I don't want to go to church anymore. I really do not. I don't want to wake up early on Sundays. I want Sundays to be rest days. I knew in the beginning, ever since the first time I went to church in January, I knew at some point I'll have to shake it off somehow. next year will be how. Second of all, it's good because I still need to gain their trust. I don't want to look like an imposter. Last time I went to the church, it already looked really bad. Like, it was already really awkward. I hope it's not like that today. Yeah, so, I don't know. Frick, I don't know. So, I just need to go to church one more time next Sunday, and then that's it. Next Sunday, and plus a haircut, that's it. I really don't have a lot of time. With 7 days left, you'd think after the final exams I would be free and I would be. That's not true. I would still be really freaking busy. And it's not that my schedule is filled up, but it's because I could feel that, I would have something to do with Pepper and JT, or at least once. So I always thought December 15th is a Wednesday. That's not true. Wednesday is the 14th. 15th is important because it's Pepper's birthday, right? So I'll be seeing Pepper for the last time on the 15th, I think. Hopefully not, right? But the 15th is probably still gonna happen. And then on the next day, Zara actually arrives on the 15th, but I can't be with Zara. If I'm with Pepper and the bunch, I can't be with Zara. But I'll be with Zara on the 16th and the 17th and 18th. Unless something happens. Unless John L. needs my help, which he says he does. And something else. I don't know. But, yeah. And then of course I need to pack my bags. So, Pepper and JT last night was at a birthday party. So there's this other Hong Konger girl, or woman should I say, because she just turned 22 years old. And she has black hair and she's kind of tall. And I've never seen her before. But Pepper and JT have mentioned her multiple times, and I know Pepper isn't obligated to tell me any of this, but it's still like, they got their own stuff going on. If Potter is invited to that party as well, I would be really pissed. I would be the outsider of the Hong Kongers. I would be the fucking outsider. Right? But yeah. Cliff told Pepper about Cliff's short film. Pepper didn't tell me anything about it. Or maybe she will in person. But yeah. Alright, time now is 5:53 p.m. on December 11th. Woo! Wow, look at my hair. Yeah, I just woke up again. Let's talk about what happened today. I was so extremely sleepy this morning. I ate a couple chocolate chip cookies, and then, just like the usuals, I went to church. The church teacher showed up with a car. It was actually raining outside, just small, slight rain, but it was still raining, and it's extremely, insanely cold. The church teacher showed up. I sat in his car. He drove me to the church. I arrived. I went to the balcony. I sat down, and here we go. And of course, I fell asleep during sermon, like multiple times. There's a guy who sat next to me. He's the guy um who helped film the music video back in um back in late June, I think. Or late May. I think it was I think it was late June when it happened, when we filmed the music video at the edge of LA. He came and he sat right next to me, and I didn't want to fall asleep beside him because it's embarrassing, but I just couldn't help it. I like I realized one of the biggest reasons why I fall asleep so easy is because when I'm at the balcony, and so I look down if I want to look at the speaker, the priest who's saying the sermon, and when I look down, it's easier for me to sleep. So I just kept falling asleep again and again and again and again and again. Okay, but anyways, after the sermon, it's also raining slightly, it's cold, the sky is cloudy, and I crossed the road to enter the other side. And I was really hungry because I only ate 2 chocolate chips this morning, 2 chocolate chip cookies this morning. That's 170 calories. So that's another reason why I fall asleep, is because I don't have enough energy. Thank God, after I enter the room on the other side of the road, someone brought in a couple boxes of chocolate cookies and chocolate biscuits. Yeah, which is again chocolate biscuits, but I don't care. Food is food. So I ate a few biscuits, like 5 of those biscuits, and it tastes amazing. And they are the very they're like expensive shit. So one of the people from the Young Adult Fellowship bought a couple boxes and gave them to us. Um, and then a few people showed up. So I thought nobody would show up, but it turns out surprisingly, almost everyone I know showed up. So Jonah didn't show up at that point, but Jonah showed up later. But Jonah's girlfriend was here. The sibling was here. The glasses guy and the UCLA girl, who are dating right now, they're both here. But the glasses guy don't show up until later. A lot of people just showed up, and it was actually nice and chill. Even the pastor's son and the pastor, they were also here. The glasses woman, they're also here. She's also here. So went over, and it wasn't that awkward actually. Atmospherically, it was actually a lot nicer than the last time I went to church. After that, we were planning where to go for lunch, and it is decided because everyone's busy, everyone's got to go somewhere. The siblings wanted to they had to go back to the church at some point. So the plan, they thought of going to eat the Vietnamese pho at Chinatown. You know the spot. But apparently it's full of people now. So we decided to have ramen at a restaurant called Afuri. Afuri in Art District, which is a place I've never been to. So we went there, and it's mediocre. The place is mid. It's a mid ramen place. It's overpriced. I'm glad I get to eat noodles, but yeah, it's just very mid. A little bit later, the cardiologist drove me back home. He asked me how is the noodles, and I said, it's all right. It's not as good as I thought. And he's like, well, I straight up think it's bad. And I'm like, oh, okay. But yeah, we waited for lunch. We stood inside the restaurant for a while, and then we finally got the seats, and then we sit down, and then we ordered. But the menu, they only use Japanese, English, like yuzu shio ramen. YUZUSHIORAMEN. To a Japanese person, this is easy because yuzu means grapefruit, shio means salt, ramen is just noodles. But in the menu, no one else would be able to fucking read it. It's in English words. It's an English alphabet. Yeah, but no one else would actually understand. And the whole menu is like that. Like literally, there are barely any actual English words on the menu. So we have difficulty ordering, and then there's a lot of confusion because there's shio ramen and then there's shoyu ramen, and shio is salt, shoyu is like soy sauce. But again, for the people ordering and for the waiters, it's confusing as hell. So they actually messed up our orders a little bit. um, but yeah, that's basically it. Afterwards, Jonah's girlfriend, me, the glasses woman, we drive to church, and then I go to the car park to meet the cardiologist teacher. He drove me back home. We didn't have the awkward conversation that we had last time anymore. It was plain sailing. And I also told the cardiologist teacher next week I want to have a haircut again, and he's like, "Oh, sure." Oh yeah, heading to the restaurant, I was with the siblings and the pastor's son in the same car. Or actually, no, just me, the younger brother, and the pastor's son. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Um, yeah, so I came back home and I was just my stomach wasn't feeling great either, so I went to the bathroom, took a shower, and go to bed. I'm supposed to wake up at 5 p.m., but of course, I'm so tired after the alarm rings. I actually did manage to fall asleep. So after the alarm rings, I went to bed again, and I just couldn't move because I'm just that tired right now. So I'm so glad I turned down working for the feature film in downtown. I would still be working there right now as I'm speaking. But yeah, I'm so glad I turned it down. I have so much shit to do. And hopefully I have the time and the fucking storage space to do it. Holy shit. Right now, every time I vlog for one day, my phone runs out of storage space and I have to export my phone videos to the laptop. I do this every day now, which is bad. Alright, time now is 8:09 p.m. You know what? I haven't even had lunch, had dinner yet. I'm just gonna wrap it up right now. Wrap it up for today. So, yeah, just watched Good Morning, filmed and edited the movie review for that. And, yeah, I am defrosting the fatty pork belly because a little later I'm going to have fatty pork belly, boiled corn, I believe, and then, what else? Pasta for dinner. So, yeah, I don't really have much to say. Nothing all that important happened today. Um, I don't know. I just don't feel very great because I feel like so much is happening to me and I'm so busy that I barely have the time to finish everything. I'm so ready to be done with this semester, honestly. This semester of college is easily the most heavy loaded semester of college I've had. Um, and yeah, I'm just so prepared to be done with this college semester. Um, but yeah, and I don't know if we have to actually go to biology class tomorrow physically in person. I emailed the biology professor twice telling her that I'm ready to take the final exam on Tuesday, even though I haven't even studied at all, because fuck it, you know. If I don't study at all, I can still probably get a 90%. I'm just that fucking good, you know. But yeah, I don't know. If I don't have to go, then it's great news because this means tomorrow I'll have the time to go to Target and then to Ralph's, just a final Ralph's. Um, and yeah, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it. And then on Tuesday, I don't really have to leave. Okay, of course there's a final exam for biology if the professor reads my freaking email. Um um I don't know. But anyways, after the biology final exam and after I'm done with the film history class essay, which I still haven't started, fuck. I'm going to just simply go to Nija Market, final Nija, and that's pretty much it. Zara asked me for help today, asking if I could use my Uber to help her call an Uber, even though she's not even in California. For a moment, I thought, oh my god, has she arrived in LA? I thought she's gonna arrive on the 15th. But yeah, I hope Zara's doing fine. Zara's in Colonial Williamsburg today, so I hope she had fun there. She's probably been to more places than I ever did times 4. Like, she's been to so many places. But I feel like I'm really getting the LA experience. But yeah, even when I'm done with the semester, I'm still racing against time because I have to pack for the Japan trip, and of course Zara's coming, so I need to accompany her. And I want to, I don't know, I want to hang out with Pepper once more, maybe before it all ends. But yeah, it's, whew, sheesh. I don't know. I just I don't know. I've been thinking about Pepper again. Not too much, but just a little bit. And I really do think that she's just, the idea of a romantic relationship probably never even crossed her mind. Because she doesn't even fucking need it. I think that's the whole point. I think it's just me who's just being very I don't know. I'm just too I feel like I'm just too lonely, and I'm just too dead set on romantic relationships. Honestly, with the friendship that I have now, I'm already really happy. But I'm just really dead set on relationships that I'm like, oh, I have to find a romantic partner. But that's not the only way to go, you know. But still, I still feel lonely and stuff. But I feel like Pepper, like, that idea didn't even cross Pepper's mind. Pepper probably thinks, oh, you know, well, I have friends. I'm living a good life. I'm happy. Okay, whatever. I don't need a boyfriend or anything, because I'm already happy. So whatever. Who cares? That's probably what she thinks. And I just remember the time, like, Pepper showed her school uniform to Alba, but she doesn't want to show me. It's very much like how, you know, back in Hong Kong, I don't know how LA works, but back in Hong Kong, girls would only show girls things to girls, and boys would only show boys things to boys. It's kind of like that. But even cross culture, it also works like that, you know. Yeah. Yeah, and then again with how Pepper's not telling me stuff. To be fair, again, if it's over WhatsApp, Pepper probably wouldn't say everything to me. But if it's in person, Pepper would probably tell me a lot more. This is why speaking to people in person, face to face, is just, nothing beats that. That is one of the coolest things. That's one of the best things. Sleeping is the number one best thing. I'm so ready to do that tonight. The second coolest thing ever is to speak to people face to face. Like, that is, especially like deep conversation with people, that is the most pleasurable thing I could do with a friend. Honestly, talking is better than anything else. Like playing video games together, karaoke, having a meal together. Having a meal together is nice too, but really the crux of it all, the best thing I could do with someone is to talk to them. That's just amazing. I wanna speak to people, you know. So yeah, that's that. I'm gonna have to figure out how to clear storage space on my phone. I have like 4 gigabytes of space left. Even if I clear everything I can clear, so I'm screwed. Alright, or I already did this twice, but I'm gonna do it the third time. Got a paper towel. Oop. Just a little more. Okay. Look how dirty this fucking place is. Why are you wearing shoes in the inside? What the fuck is this? Look at these 2 paper towels. Goddamn. Look at how dirty it is. Holy fuck. This. Oh my god. Oh my god. Alright, so time now is 1:11 a.m. So I plan to watch 4 episodes of JoJo. Fuck it, of course I don't have the time, and I also spent like 1.5 hours editing my college update video just to find out that it's gonna be over an hour again, so I just cut it off. So yeah, so usually I cramp 6 days into one condensed college update video for my main channel, but I condensed 4 days today. And there's one observation I made, I guess, and that is, so I'm editing the part where I edited the part where I went to JT's place for her birthday dinner, and we had the crazy 4 Hong Kongers in a room incident. And Pepper talked about how she went to Riverside by herself. She went to a 18+ gay bar, and she sang on stage. She sang Taylor Swift for 10 minutes on stage, and she followed a couple upstairs to some place, and I thought she's fucking insane. And then right now I'm reminded of that again, and yeah, I remember this incident, like I remember her talking about this incident really well. And I do think it's insane, but I think I'm underestimating how insane it really is. Including singing in public. And it's so fucking weird because when Pepper performed her lines during Film 32 class when she was a backup actress, she was like shaking in nervousness. And that is like completely different from her deciding to sing Taylor Swift all by herself in a city she's never been to before, in an 18+ bar. And I realize a couple things. First of all, Pepper will only do these insane things if she's emotionally charged, because she's sad at the time. So she could literally do anything when she's sad. Second of all, if it's something that she is legitimately passionate about, like singing, she will actually do something crazy about it. Yeah. I don't know. And for a moment, I thought to myself, like, damn, like, she's probably even fucking crazier than me. But only for a moment. But then at the same time, you need to also remember 99.9% of the time Pepper hung out with me, she's totally normal. She listens to Taylor Swift, she laughs, she's like, haha, yeah. She's so normal, actually. But it's 99.9% of the time. There's always that 0.1% where Pepper's like a little unpredictable, but only 0.1%, you know? And I don't know if that's gonna make me think Pepper is cooler, Or is it just a normal thing for every single human being on Earth to have that 0.1% of unpredictability? And I'm even more unpredictable than that. I mean, yeah, I talk like this every day. I'm a really calculated person. I'm a really strategic person. But sometimes I feel like there's something brewing underneath me. Something, you know, spurts of violence in me. I am probably even crazier than that. But then, I don't know, I feel like Pepper at her most emotionally and mentally down would probably be even crazier than me. And that's kind of because she's braver than me. Like I think of killing myself, back in form 5 and 6, but I never even fucking tried because I'm scared to do it at the end. I'm scared I would uh or at least killing myself is too extreme, but like hurting myself, like cutting. Even Cedric has tried it as sort of a half joke, and I couldn't do it because I'm just, what if I regret it? What if I cut myself and then I'm like, well, actually, I'm not that sad, and now I'm bleeding, and it hurts, and it sucks. What if I regret it? Because I do that. But if Pepper, I don't know if Pepper just like harmed herself or something. That's actually, now I'm interested because I don't think Pepper has ever done that shit before, but I feel like, I don't know, I've never asked her actually. I just realized this. But I feel like Pepper has never tried cutting herself or anything crazy like that before because she doesn't have these thoughts. She has thoughts about, like, singing Taylor Swift, but she doesn't have thoughts of cutting herself. I have thoughts of cutting myself, but I don't do it. She has thoughts of singing Taylor Swift, and she fucking does it in the most ridiculous way possible. So it's like we're really opposites of each other in a way. But yeah, I'm also really tired right now. I got so much homework. Holy fuck.